We already know that Michael, Trevor, and Franklin can call each other up to hang out, and they will meet at some location before deciding what to do next.
Fantastic! I'll be there soon.
That is, if you go there in a car or on foot. But things get a little weird if you decide to show up in a helicopter. You can just hover over their head as they wait for you. But it gets more interesting. If you switch over to them, you will see your previous characters still sitting up in the helicopter. After a while, they actually get bored, jump out, and fall to their death, which is hilarious. Speaking of hangouts, every character shows up in their own personal car, even Amanda and Tracy. But Franklin actually has more personal vehicles than the other characters. He's got his bike, a Buffalo, and even an Ignis. But when you call him to hang out, no matter what, he will always pull up in the Buffalo. It doesn't matter what else he owns or what he's been driving around. It's like the Buffalo is his go-to option for meetups, probably because it's the best looking one.
Hey, you gonna drive, homie?
Remember Felipe, the valet outside that hotel? For some reason, he became one of the most hated NPCs in GTA 5. Players turned it into a trend to just blow him up the moment they pulled up, almost like it was part of some tradition in the community. Rockstar themselves actually noticed this and decided to have some fun with it. You can find this poster where they announced a fundraiser where friends could donate so Felipe could cover his medical bills and injuries. It was their way of giving a random NPC some unexpected fame. And it made the whole thing even funnier. That's GTA lore for you right there. Normally in GTA 5, the forklift feels kind of useless simply because it can't actually lift a lot of the bigger objects you would expect it to. But there's a trick that makes it work. If you line it up under something heavy and then exit the vehicle at just the right time, the forklift can actually pick it up. It's most likely a glitch, but it gives the forklift a purpose that Rockstar never really intended. GTA 5 has plenty of expensive outfits, some costing hundreds to thousands and others reaching into the millions, but the most expensive one isn't sold in any store. It's the Yacht Captain outfit. To get it, you need to own a yacht, and those start at around $6 million. After that, you still have to complete missions on the yacht before you can actually wear it. So technically, it's the priciest outfit in the whole game, and it's locked behind one of the biggest purchases you can make. Shop might seem like a boring or lazy dog most of the time, but you can actually play catch with him if you throw a ball. He will run after it and bring it back like any normal dog, but he's still dumb because if you throw a grenade instead, Shop will still chase after it. And yeah, you can probably guess what happens next.
Oh my god, bro. Oh hell no, man. What the fuck?
Out of all the little details in GTA 5, this one might be the craziest. If you're driving around at night and crash into a house that has its lights turned off, someone inside will actually switch the lights on. It's such a small reaction that most players never notice, but it shows just how far Rockstar went with tiny details to make the world feel alive. Here's another little thing that you might notice while driving around Los Santos. In certain areas, especially gang neighborhoods, you will see shoes hanging from power lines. At first, it just seems like a kind of background detail Rockstar would throw in for realists, but there's actually a story behind it. In real life, hanging shoes are often used to signal that drugs are being sold nearby. So it's not just decoration, it's Rockstar sneaking real-world street culture into the game. Pretty cool, huh? In GTA 5, if you hit most trees, you will notice small leaves fall off, which is already a nice detail on its own, but Rockstar went a step further because some trees actually drop fruits instead. You'll probably noticed all those phone numbers on billboards around Los Santos. And of course, as a GTA player, you just have to try calling them, even the most random ones. Most of them actually work, but if you call at night, they go straight to voicemail.
This mailbox is full. Goodbye.
It's like the businesses have closed up shop for the day, which is a small touch you wouldn't expect Rockstar to even bother with. This one's pretty strange, but if you take a bulldozer to the top of a building or use a mod to drop it from a high place, you will notice it doesn't fall like other heavy vehicles. Instead, it slowly floats down to the ground, almost like it's in slow motion. For such a massive machine, it looks really weird. You would expect it to crash down fast, and no, it doesn't happen to other big trucks. In a previous video, I talked about how you can make NPCs drop what they're holding if you shoot at it, like a cup or a snack. So naturally you would expect the same thing to happen when they're holding a phone, but it doesn't. If you shoot at their mobile, nothing truly happens. They don't drop it, they don't react, they just keep walking like nothing's going on.
Looking good, Carlos.
Before the story ends, you can spot a sign that says Los Santos owns you. It's a little detail that fits perfectly with how crazy the city can feel at the start. But after finishing the game, that same idea gets flipped. In Franklin's office, you will find a sign that now reads, "You own Los Santos." And yeah, he kinda does. If you check your mobile signals, you get a strong network with full bars. But when you're in tunnels, you will notice a drop, which makes sense. But the same thing also happens inside the person. If you get close or make your way inside, the signal starts to die down, suggesting there are signal jammers in the person just like in real life. Most players remember the FIB mission where Trevor tortures a man for information. A lot of people thought it couldn't be avoided, but there's actually a way to skip it. If you kill the main target before the torture even starts, the cutscene changes and you don't have to go through the sequence at all.
What the hell?
That was the guy. I had a feeling. It'll check out.
Well, we've got him. It's done. Woo! That is a wrap, my friends. Excellent work, the pair of you.
It's something very few players ever tried, but it completely changes how the mission plays out. If you pull up next to an NPC at a stoplight and start doing a burnout, they will sometimes take it as a challenge. Instead of just sitting there, they will hit the gas and race you down the street. In older GTA games, players noticed that shooting at the moon actually changes its size. GTA 5 takes that kind of detail even further. If you look directly at the sun, it looks normal, bright with rays coming out. But if you switch to another character and look again at the exact same time, the sun actually looks different. And this happens to every single character. Michael, Franklin, and Trevor. They all see it in their own way, which is such a strange little touch, to be honest. Some cars in GTA 5 have backfire flames coming out of their exhaust. Normally, it just looks cool, but if you pour fuel on the ground and park one of those cars over it, the exhaust flames can actually ignite the trail and set it on fire. If you shoot your car's windows and drive it inside the car wash with windows still broken, the water doesn't just stay outside, it actually sprays inside the car. When you come out, you will notice that your character's clothes are actually wet, just like in real life. At the military base, you will notice missiles sitting on carriers as part of the scene. You can of course blow them up by shooting, but if you shoot at the back where the thrusters are, they don't just explode, they actually activate. The missiles start moving around on the carrier, spinning around, and after a short while, they finally explode. Like most GTA games, the world in GTA 5 doesn't load all at once. It loads gradually as you move through it. That's why things in the distance suddenly appear when you get closer. But here's the crazy part. If you're driving forward while looking backward, cars on the road ahead of you won't load in, since the game only renders what you are facing. The streets in front of you can look completely empty until you turn your camera around. So you can actually drive recklessly without the fear of hitting a car. It seems Lamar actually knows about Franklin's driving ability, because during their driving missions, Lamar literally tells Franklin to use his concentration thingy to get them out of trouble.
You ain't even concentrating. Do that special driving thing you do. You got sloppy, homie. Where that laser sight shit at? We heavier. Use that momentum and shit.
This really shows that Lamar knew about Franklin's concentration ability all along.
Oh, concentrating ass fool. It's like watching Chop trying to read when you do that shit.
Speaking of special abilities, if you've played both the original and the enhanced versions of GTA 5, you might have noticed something different about Trevor's special ability. In the original release, it felt insanely intense.
I'll tear you apart.
His damage boost and that unhinged rage mode made him feel terrifying, but in the enhanced version, Rockstar actually toned it down. His ability doesn't pack quite the same punch, making it feel less intimidating compared to how brutal it used to be. Sometimes in GTA 5, if you don't pick up a character's call for a mission, the game doesn't just leave you hanging. Instead, you will get a text with the important details you would have gotten over the phone.
Alrighty then, change of plans. My darling boy is in trouble.
It doesn't happen for every call, but it's a pretty clever backup system. We saw you can use pretty much any ride to get to the hangout spot, but if you decide to roll up on a bicycle, they don't let it slide. The characters actually roast you for it, throwing little insults and jokes about your choice of ride.
Bro, what the hell is that? I won't fit in that. Very funny, Michael. How the hell we getting in that?
If you visit Michael's house after he's died and the game's ending, you will find a for sale sign out front showing that his family has moved on and put the place up for sale. It's a small touch, but it makes the ending feel way more real. The world actually reacts to his absence instead of just carrying on like nothing happened. But it's not just game characters that the world remembers. If you visit the graveyard up in North Los Santos, take a closer look near the stairs by the art station. There's a bench with the words "in memory of Chris Edwards" carved into it. Now, Chris Edwards isn't a character in GTA 5. He was actually a Rockstar employee who worked on several of their games. This little tribute is Rockstar's way of honoring him inside the world of Los Santos. Remember the scene where Michael goes to Lester's house and shows his finger to the CCTV camera while waiting at the door? Turns out that moment actually gets captured by Lester. If you look close at GTA 5's official promo images with Lester sitting at his PC, you can see Michael's photo from that exact CCTV shot on the screen in the background. When you're riding a bike in GTA 5 and someone hops on the back, the bike actually slows down. You can even test it out yourself on a straight road, check the max speed without anyone sitting on the back, and notice how it caps when you have someone sit on the back. So the next time that fat smoke tells you to
Follow the damn train, CJ.
you tell him to get the frick off first. We all know the main characters have their favorite radio stations in GTA 5, but did you know Shop does too? If you're driving around with Shop and start flipping through stations, he will sometimes bark when he doesn't like what is playing.
Been all the rage for a few years now. That it rectify holistic.
If you're driving a convertible in GTA 5, you can try this little trick. When you open or close the roof, switch to cinematic camera mode. The game actually gives you a rare movie-like shot that focuses on your car while the roof goes up or down. It feels almost like a cutscene showing off your ride, and it looks cool. When you're driving with some NPCs in the car as passengers, you can actually see their faces react differently to the way you drive. If you're cruising normally, they keep a neutral look, but the moment you start speeding like crazy, their expressions shift and they actually look annoyed or even angry. The same also happens to other playable characters sitting as passengers with you.
Man, you really do need help.
Told you.
Some people believe Michael's real age is 45. Even Trevor says that he's 45, but his gravestone says he was born in 1965, which would actually make him 48 when the game starts in 2013. And if you do the math all the way to today, 2025, that means Michael would be 60 years old right now. Imagine how he would look now, or if it makes a comeback in GTA 6. You can actually ride your bike without tires. To make it work, you first have to make yourself invisible, then drop a few grenades near your bike to blow the tires off. Once that's done, you can still hop on and ride around with no tires at all. It looks broken, but somehow it still works. In one of Franklin's side missions, you chase down Poppy, and at the end, you can actually take her car. The thing is, the car isn't in the best shape. It's pretty beat up. Normally, you would just take it into the garage and get it fixed up, but well, even if you repair it, the windshield just breaks itself again for no reason. Let me know what you guys think happens here. In that mission where Michael's boat gets stolen and Jimmy ends up hanging from it, there's a cutscene that plays if you rescue Jimmy while failing to catch Franklin before the truck drives away. Instead of freaking out about Jimmy, Michael actually gets way more angry about losing his boat and tells Jimmy to shut up.
At least you got me out of there. You listen to me, you little shit. That kid Just jumped off the hood of a moving car to save your ass, and now he's gone! And so's my boat!
During the Big Score mission, there's a part where Luster has to shoot down Merriweather's chopper from the back of your helicopter. What most players don't realize is that if you don't keep the chopper steady enough for Lester to make those shots, you can actually lose a huge chunk of money, like up to $100 million gone, just like that.
There goes half the metal.
Every main character in GTA 5 has their own custom license plate, and Amanda's is probably the most interesting. If you look closely, her plate actually says Crystal, written as Crist 4L, which was her old stage name back from her previous life. Some houses in GTA 5 have mailboxes out front, and if you shoot at them, little pieces of mail will actually fly out. Customization in GTA 5 feels pretty limiting, with most cars only letting you change a few things before you run out of options. The Sentinel Classic is different. It's the most customizable car in the whole game. You can mess around with almost everything, from the outside look to the inside details, and even the smallest parts most people don't notice. And because there are so many options, it's almost impossible for two players to end up with the exact same build. To put things into perspective, if everyone on Earth made their own version, each car would probably look completely unique. The mission, Bury the Hatchet, actually plays out in two different ways, depending on how things go between Trevor and Michael. In one version, Trevor and Michael fly out together on Trevor's jet, and once they arrive, Trevor starts digging the grave that's supposed to be for Michael. But in the other version, Trevor ditches Michael completely. Michael ends up calling Devin for help, rents a car, and shows up later only to find Trevor has already dug the grave. I just found this out after years of playing GTA 5, which is crazy. If you ever crash into cows out on the farms, the characters actually react differently. Michael and Trevor both kind of joke about it, calling them little dudes.
I know what I'm having for dinner.
Top of the food chain.
But Franklin is the only one who feels a little more empathetic. Instead of joking, he actually apologizes for hitting them.
Man, sorry about that.
It's a small touch, but it really shows how each character's personality shines through. Sometimes while playing GTA 5, you will fall into random robberies at stores. A short cutscene plays where robbers hold you hostage, take the money, and run off.
Don't do anything stupid. We'll kill you.
Of course, you can chase them down, unalive them, and take the money, but if you return it back to the store instead, the shop owner actually gives you a hero's welcome. On top of that, you will get a lifelong discount every time you shop there, and yeah, that discount is massive. If you take Shop out for a ride far from home and then ditch him somewhere far away from home,
Go home, Chop.
he will actually try to make his way back. But if you decide to follow him, you will notice something funny. Shop doesn't really know the way. He just kind of wanders around like he's lost, trying to figure it out. Even after hours of following this guy, he gets absolutely nowhere. If you fly a plane over Los Santos Airport as Franklin or Michael, nothing happens. You can land without any issue. But if you try the same thing as Trevor, it's a whole different story. The command center actually warns you to leave immediately, saying it's a restricted zone.
You are flying in restricted airspace. Turn around immediately.
That's because Trevor is officially banned from the airport due to his history with the military. Let me know if you know the backstory down in the comments. Here's a detail most players probably never noticed. If you follow a truck driver around for a very long time, they actually get spooked. And if you keep tailing them, they will eventually pull over, get out, and straight up attack you.
I believe that belongs to me. Well, I'll be.
If you remember the pre-release posters of GTA 5, Trevor was often shown holding a lighter. What's cool is that this lighter isn't just for show. You can actually find it inside his trailer, sitting on the table, but no, you can't use it. If you keep making your characters run non-stop in GTA 5, they will eventually get exhausted and stop to catch their breath while their stamina builds back up. But if you keep pushing them to run over and over again without letting them recover to their absolute limits, they can actually collapse from a heart attack and die. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed.